This race as a gladiator, he finds the checkered flag as a Centurian. Lewis Hamilton, it's 100 race victories. He wins the Russian Grand Prix and he retakes the championship lead.
Yes! Wow! Wow! In the paddock F1, Greeny and the Cheese, David Cross calling Sky Sports, courtesy of Formula1.com. That didn't even cover all the madness today. We are in Sochi, Russia, the #1 resort vacation spot in all of the country of Russia. The mountains, the forests, the beaches, hosted the 2014 Winter Olympics. And when the rains came today, those cars looked like they were skating out there. You have Lewis winning victory number 100 in his career. 100. Get out of town. Max goes from last to second. Insane. Sainz in a Ferrari on the podium. Lando. Oh, poor Lando. The man looked like he was going to cry in the post-race interview. We're medicated. We're caffeinated. Greeny's declaring his allegiance on this episode. Are we cashing in? Checking out. What a show. What a race. Greeny, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Cheese, how are you, man? Yeah, unbelievable. Number 100. It took a little bit longer than we might have thought. Those roses and chocolates and dinners and all of that was probably ordered in the springtime from the last winter, if you know what I mean. And now Lewis finally getting number 100, continuing up as the greatest of all time. And like we said, man, we are in the fall. This is our first show, our first race in the actual fall, in the autumn of the year. And in the autumn of the year, we got a race, baby. Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton. Down the stretch they come. Lewis Hamilton retakes the lead. Max Verstappen, I mean, lap 51.
Limited that damage. But
let's start there. Let's start with Lando leading for almost the entire race. We're at lap 50, getting into lap 51, and it looks like we're going to have Lando, Lewis, and Max Verstappen, who came all the way from the back, all the way from 20th, and began competing down the stretch. So with that, that's our situation. Cheese, take it from there.
Well, the rain came. Lando made the gun-ho call to stay out. McLaren fumbled and didn't give the information that more rain was coming. Obviously, Mercedes knew that, told Lewis to box. Bring it in. He said, no, it's fine. He said, more's coming. You need to change to the inners. And that was pretty much the race right there. Threw everything into chaos with the flurry of stops. And when it just started to pour, all of a sudden there on the backstretch, it just made it unbelievably impossible to drive if you were on slicks. And McLaren and Lando made a dumb call. Cost him his first victory. Kid's heartbroken. As he should be. Lewis gets number 100. As you said, took longer than most of us would have expected. But the first driver to ever have 100 victories, just take that into perspective. How long we've been racing in Formula One, and nobody's ever had that many wins before. And then Max just an amazing drive, and they told him to put the hammer down there, and right before the rain came, saying he could get third and get second. Just madness. I love when weather shows up late and just throws everything into chaos. Your strategy's gone. You got to make that call at the right time on when to come in. It's that small window.
Yeah, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And thank you, Mr. Mike Tyson. And no, we knew going into the day that there was going to be rain coming. We don't know when ish. I mean, all this technology and all and all this stuff, they couldn't predict when that weather was going to come down or how to react to the weather. They should have had a game plan. If you didn't have a game plan of what you were going to do in different lap situations going in on what you're going to do on lap 45, what you're going to do on lap 40, what you're going to do on lap 50, if it starts raining, and then reacting instead of sitting around as if you didn't realize this was coming. I mean, this was pretty obvious that this rain was coming. It didn't hold for long enough. You were hoping you can wish in one hand and take a dump in the other and see what fills up first. And that's what happened. And some of these teams really took a dump down when that rain came in. And I don't think I could put that together any more eloquently than there. But
no,
you can't argue with that. Go ahead and argue with that.
It's an absolute fumble is what it is. It was an absolute fumble. One team had better information than the other team, or the other team didn't want to give the driver the information about it and just let him make the wild call from the track. I mean, you can't see what's coming. You're in the car. That's an absolute fumble. Absolute fumble. McLaren should be ashamed. I don't want to ruin it, but we might have to just bring it out right away. I mean, bring out the powder and slap your damn selves in the face, McLaren, because that was awful. That was awful. That was absolutely awful. Your top driver's absolutely heartbroken. Had his first win. Lewis wasn't going to pass him. Let's be real. He was charging.
He came looked like pretty damn close to me.
Well, he was charging, but, Lando could have been also saving some tires there for expecting that to come. So, I mean, it's an absolute fumble. It's an absolute horrid fumble.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was.
I mean, that was awful.
Really was.
All the other top teams, Red Bull, Mercedes, they said it was good. The drivers were saying, "Oh, it's not that bad." It's coming. It's coming. We got to change now.
Yeah, well, Mother Nature had a little bit to say about this race. So did Lewis Hamilton, bringing home number 100, starting at the second row, my friend. Not pole position, as we usually find Lewis winning races, but from the second row. And finally, at least for the first segment, we got a Ferrari on the podium, my friend. So,
what a drive from Carlos. What a drive from Carlos.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll get to a little bit of that later. But once again, the big story here, Lewis Hamilton, number 100, as, don't forget, Lando Norris, devastated Lando Norris, finishes seventh. At least he gets some points and continues that really amazing season, which I don't think either of us saw coming from Lando and the McLarens this season. But I think we're going to take a little break. We're going to come back. We got winners and losers. Somebody's going to slap themselves. I think you got a lot of people. I think you got to line them up. I don't think you have enough Johnson & Johnson for all of them. But we'll see. Greeny and the Cheese in the Paddock F1. Back after this. We are back. Greeny the Cheese in the Paddock F1. Russia Grand Prix. We're in Sochi, the land of apparently no celebrities. Fine beaches, rivers, and forests we can't pronounce, and all kinds of good stuff. But Cheese, we are here for one thing and one thing only. That's the second segment. As always, on Sunday, we give you winners and losers. I don't know if there might be more losers than winners this evening. So I'd really love to hear.
I don't even have that many, to be honest, because there was just some absolute loser moves today.
There were definitely some loser moves. So
let's start out with losers, because I said so. Charles Leclerc. Another moron who tried to stay out and got stuck out and fumbled two Ferraris in the top 10. Another stupid move. I mean, come on. Come on. You pit one car, not the other. What the hell's going on? Stupidity, madness. And then, Lando's a massive loser. Massive loser. Like, I had the gosh darn Grand Prix in your hand. I mean, absolutely shocking that McLaren just didn't say your pit. Absolutely shocking. It's absolutely shocking. After McLaren's been making the right calls up to that point over the last 2 weeks. I mean, had a 1-2 last race and could have had a win this race. Like, back-to-back wins. And you do that. Shocking. Shocking. Who you got for losers?
I got some losers as well, man. And I think Yuki had another terrible weekend. I think you got to look into that as we come down the stretch here, and everyone talked a lot about Yuki and as well as Esteban Ocon. Ocon, not very impressive once again after having that little jump in popularity there, and then it's right back down to average or below average, losing 4 spots. And I'm going to slide Sergio Perez in there. Red Bull had one probably the potentially driver of the day, and the other just he's stuck, man. I don't know what's going on with Sergio. I don't know what's going on with him, but he just can't get out of his own way. And
it's the cursed seat of Red Bull, man.
It's the cursed second seat, and I hate to say it. He did win a race, but curse of the second seat.
It's the curse of the second seat of Red Bull.
And those are my losers.
All right, so we'll go on to the winners. Max Verstappen pit at the exact proper time, gets P2 after starting last. Still leading, only trailing Lewis by what? Like 0.2 points? Something like that? So absolutely limiting the damage. Because before the rain came, it didn't look like he was going to get higher than maybe 5th or so. So that's a big winner. Valtteri Bottas coming in with the top 5. Takes the grid penalty. Starts further back. Gets a top 5. Good drive from Valtteri today. Good drive from Valtteri when it didn't look like he was going to have there for a while. And he came up with a solid drive. And Danny Ricciardo. Another top 5 for Danny. Coming in, little Danny coming back a little bit. As me and you are also big fans of Danny, so that is fantastic to see. But Danny's on a little charge here. Woke up. It's good to see. You have anybody, sir?
Yeah, gotta love Kimmy. He's back, baby.
I wouldn't say that, but
not back like that.
He was back.
He was physically back on track. Picking up spots today, and you kind of stole my
finish
thunder.
Of the year.
Yeah,
best finish of the year.
Yeah, I mean finished 8th, so you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And
I figured you would have had the Ageless Wonder as well.
He didn't pick up any spots, but once again in 6th. He makes it look so easy, Fernando Alonso. He just makes it look so easy. He's so experienced, but he's also physically still there. And folks, what it takes, it's not just race day. These guys don't just get in these cars on Friday and just race the weekend away. These guys are working hard every single day during race season, and for Fernando to keep pace, at almost 40 years old, it's just so impressive continuously impressive. And just he's been a constant winner this year. And everything I said poorly about him when he was coming back to F1 before season, I look like a jackass. I really do, and I feel like a jackass. So I'm going to continue to praise him.
Well, you should.
As do, and as I should. I doubted him. I thought he was too old, but he's proving to be just as young as anyone else. And there it is. There it is. Put it in the books.
Put it in the book, sir. Oh! One more order of business, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear it. You have your report ready, sir. You had 24 hours. The clock has struck midnight, sir.
Wait. You got something first. Because you got to get the baby powder out, my friend.
I need to slap my goddamn self for that.
Oh, it's McLaren. Get it out and slap your own damn selves in the face. Cost yourself back-to-back wins. Absolutely ridiculous and stupid to make that nonstop call. Like, come on. Just all of you line up, get out the powder. Everybody on that pit wall, just get out the powder and slap your own damn selves in the face. Did not tell your driver what was going on. Gave him no information. Didn't overrule him. Just foolish. Asinine. Slap yourselves. Please. Not even once. Maybe like 3 times. Like a 1, 2, 3. Like slap. Because that's what you deserve. That was embarrassing. Maybe you want to puke. Take it away. I'm done. I want to hear your report.
Might not be as comprehensive as you might have dreamed of. But I've been going back and forth.
Let's hear it.
The
clock has struck midnight.
I don't know.
Greeny is declaring his allegiance. I want to know the team and why. The floor is yours, my friend. The floor is yours. You had 24 hours. You've watched Formula One long enough. The floor is yours. We had a question asked last night in the mailbag. Future name in the segment to be named later. Because
not mailbag.
Not mailbag. That's trash. We're way too smart and hilarious to have that as the
We're
name.
way too smart and hilarious. That's what my mom says. All right.
But let's hear it. The clock has struck midnight. 24 hours is up. Answer the question. Declare your allegiance.
I'm going to answer the question. And again, a lot of thought into this. I was going back and forth with a lot. Obviously, Ferrari was never on my list. Those are your ponies. And regardless, I've been rooting for Red Bull for a while, but I never declared any kind of allegiance. Keeps me flexible. I do root for drivers normally. So with that, and with all that being said, and with the fact that, I have nothing to do with McLaren and Australia and Ferrari and I'm not from the UK or Germany. I'm from the US and we have a team. And they might come in last every single week. But the United States of America has a Formula One team. And it's called Haas Racing. I'm getting t-shirts. I'm going to give you my Haas report throughout the winter as we improve.
Did not see that coming.
I'm going to give you all the Haas news that's fit to print, my friend. We're going to have a segment. So I'm going to work on it.
No, we will not.
I'm going to work on it. But those are my ponies. And I have good reason. I think I gave you good reason. I think you got to root for the home team. And one day, either they'll be decent or not be in Formula
One at all.
Which is a potential, which gives me some wiggle room and some out. It's like sort of like marrying a stripper. I would say this is marrying a stripper.
What? Okay.
It's a high possibility of a dissolution. Not on my fault.
I
just
mean,
because
you are a Giants fan, so you do like the losers. So
I don't think I have 4 championships in my lifetime. How many championships have the Packers won, Mr. Cheese, in your lifetime?
2.
All right, so we're even. You got 4 all time, right? You won the first 2. It's a little sketch. A little sketch.
Little sketch.
And then, you had Bart Starr, number 15.
It's not a
and then you
football
had
show.
nothing.
It's not a football show. Let's move on.
You started it.
You lost to the Falcons today. Enough said.
Anyway, that's all I got to say.
So he
Haas Racing.
Haas Racing.
I'm going to get my shirt. I'm going to order it. The Christmas gifts for your fans out there. Haas gear is preferred. I got to get my Haas hat for the winter. Keep Haas earmuffs to keep my ears warm.
Got to get a picture of you and Gunther Steiner.
Me and Gunter are gonna get together. I'm gonna go to North Kakalaka and we're gonna have a party. So I think that's a good spot to be in the wintertime. Mask or no mask. But anyway, I appreciate your time. I appreciate listening. I appreciate all the questions. And all the subscribers as well. And appreciate everyone again. We have one more segment to come because we have Greeny Bucks on the way. In the Paddock F1 USA at gmail.com. Please keep sending us those questions. And of course, Cheese in the Paddock, Instagram at Cheese in the Paddock. Hit him up. He'd love to hear from you. Greeny the Cheese in the Paddock. Back after this. What's up, everyone? Greeny from In the Paddock here. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Please let me explain. It's free. Okay, free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you for free, so it can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many, many more. You can make money as well. Money with your podcast. No minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Yes, we're back in the Paddock F1. Greeny and the Cheese. What everybody's favorite part of the Sunday show is besides winners and losers and news, top stories. That's right. Are we cashing in? Or are we checking out? And Lady Luck was a little bit of a man-eater this week. We didn't hit much. Was not a pretty one. Not pretty.
It was not a pretty one at all today. I absolutely agree with you there, Mr. Ryan. It was a dirty. They did us both dirty because we both ended up with the same picks, ridiculously enough. And we almost hit the trifecta, both of us, with Lando skidding out there on lap 51 at a 53, mind you, with 2 laps to go. Heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. It would have been Lando, Lewis, and Max, 1, 2, 3. It was not. It ended up being Lewis, Max, and gets your boy Carlos Sainz over the line and actually wins you another bet because that gives Ferrari another podium for the year. That gives them, I believe, their 4th podium for the year and puts you over the 3.5 for the season. So you actually didn't do so bad. You got over 3.5 for the season. I think there's another bet you won for the season as well today. But so it's not all terrible. We both had Max Verstappen plus 18. Thank you very much for Max Verstappen. So he's going to win that. And we both took a solid loss. Me so more than you. And away we go. My total now is, as we formulate here.
Tabulate and formulate, he says. What do you got? Antikythera mechanism over there to do your counting for you.
I am using an abacus. Thank you very much. So if you hear some clicks, gives me a total of 555. 555. Right of just ones away from 666, the number of the beast, my friend. So I have 555. Go to sleep on that one. And you have
you wish you had the number of the beast.
I could use the number of the beast right now. And you have 1040. 1040. After tumbling a little bit, your stock tumbled just a little bit, but it did not tumble as much as my stock tumbled. Both took a couple percentage points off, but both of us kind of remaining in neutral. We would have obviously both been in neutral regardless. I probably would have picked up if we had the result that we wanted, and my third trifecta of the year. But it didn't happen. It was not a Hall & Oates double gun Sunday evening. It was a man-eater. And
you lost more cash.
And I lost more. You lost a little less than more. But yeah.
Well, I'd still increase my lead.
You did increase the margin. The margin has been increased. Like an Arizona recount, your margin has been slightly increased, but makes none the difference. You are well ahead as we enter the autumn. This is like a Lewis Hamilton autumn for you, outside of this season, of course. As we say in baseball, this looks like a rocking chair summer. This looks like a Adirondack chair fall for you, but miracles can happen. And listen, if I hit the trifecta and you didn't, if I had Lewis, Max, and Carlos,
woulda, coulda, shoulda, son.
I'm just saying it could have happened. I should have maybe switched it up.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
But I didn't. Obviously, second guessing.
That's why I was shocked, because I went with the safe. I went with the safe trifecta. I expected you to go outlandish out of the box, trying to hope to pick up massive odds and pick up ground. But no. You can't go safe. You go safe, you're toast. You gotta gamble. You gotta throw it. You gotta throw out stupid numbers. You gotta throw out some stupid numbers, some stupid picks, and run out of cash. That's what's gonna happen. It's coming.
It's gotta come. It's gotta be there.
I'm gonna sit there with the cigar like Jerry in the episode of Seinfeld when Elaine couldn't stay away from Putty, had to keep paying him cash. Just sitting there laughing. Big ass cigar hanging out of my mouth. That's what I'm gonna look like.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember that.
The feet up, big cigar hanging out of my mouth, just laughing. Nice little cup of brandy, little scotch, laughing at you.
All right. So those are our results. Cheese. Where are we going next?
We'll be in Istanbul, Turkey. In, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, a fortnight. Checking to make sure.
Fortnight.
Checking to make sure.
Just double checking the calendar. But yes, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We'll be Istanbul, Turkey.
Very, very exciting.
And fantastic track. Love the triple corner there at full on. Love the track. Hopefully no rain, because last time there was rain there, it was out of control slick. But we'll see. But usually a good one.
We'll see. Once again, great show, man. Appreciate everyone listening. In the paddock USA at gmail.com. I'm sorry, I gave the incorrect email address before. In the paddock USA at gmail.com.
Sounds about right.
At Cheese in the Paddock on Instagram. Hit him up. And I think we're going to unveil soon the handles for the Greeny and the Cheese handles. So more stuff to come as we march into the fall, and like Twitter or
gotcha.
Instagram handles.
Gotcha.
Not like handles we have, like the love handles, sitting around eating cakes and watching racing all day. Not those handles, my friend. But we'll give you guys all that information as we get going, as we get forward. Thank you for all the sponsors. Thank you, all the listeners. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Say what you got to say, homie.
Stay medicated, my friends.
Peace.